The minor pentatonic guitar scale is an effective guitar solo scale to learn that you can always learn to make guitar soloing a walk in the park. Most of the beginners, while learning to create guitar solos, start at first by learning this awesome scale. However, the problem lies in the fact that they only learn them to just use the scale in their solos. They do not make an effort to learn the minor pentatonic scales to their full potential. In this regard, through this article we have tried to inform you about how to use this beautiful scale for guitar solos along with other three commonly used chords: minor, major and dominant seventh chords. Minor chords using the minor pentatonic guitar scales along with the minor chords is quite easy. You only have to use the minor pentatonic of whichever chords you are choosing to play. For instance, when you are playing E minor chord you need to use E minor pentatonic. Quite similarly, when you are playing D minor chord you have to play D minor pentatonic. Major chords, major chord, in general, always has a relative minor chord. So the easiest way of locating which is the relative minor chord of a major chord is simply by taking a note that is 3 frets below the original note of the concerned major chord. For instance, for locating the relative minor chord of G major chord you need to take note 3 frets below the original note of G major chord. On doing so you will find that the relative minor chord for G major chord is E. Using the similar technique you can find the relative minor chord C and F major chords as well. Dominant seventh chords: when it comes using minor pentatonic guitar scale along with the dominant seventh chords you have a couple of choice. You can either minor pentatonic a tone below the root of the Dom 7 chord or employ the relative minor pentatonic of the chord. For instance, for G7 you can either opt to use the D minor pentatonic or use E minor pent, which is the relative minor of G7. The above techniques that we have mentioned for guitar soloing over chords are quite useful and effective enough. So just master them and see the difference for yourself. Pentatonic scales are widely used in several forms of music such as European folk, Asian, African and Celtic. They are also used in modern forms of Western music in the form of blues scales. Apart from this, pentatonic guitar scales are used also in classical music. Pentatonic guitar scales have a strong melody and symphony and enhance several music styles such as rock, jazz, blues, etc. with several improvisations. A great deal of versatility can be added to your solo performances with the help of pentatonic scales. Several extra notes can be added and improvised upon to create unique music and melody patterns and synchronizations. So pick up your guitar and learn to play the pentatonic guitar scales. For further instructions on learning guitar, visit the Learn Guitar Shop website by clicking the link below.